We're constantly trying to learn more about Africa's history, and for today, we're in Uganda. Let's talk about how much Uganda is owed by its neighbor, Kenya. Rewind to the 1890s. The British were building the famous Lunatic Express Railway. Started from the port of Mombasa, but the railway wasn't built for Kenya. That was the driveway. 1,000 kilometers of thorns and man-eating lions of Tsavo to get to one thing: the source of the Nile in Uganda and its nearby resources. Now remember, it was also a lifeline of Egypt, a British sphere of influence, so lock that thought. In 1901, the railway finally hit Lake Victoria, but there was a massive problem. The train line was bleeding money, and the East Africa Protectorate, what we now call Kenya, was broke. It had no major exports and no way to pay for the tracks. Enter Sir Charles Elliot, the then British commissioner. He looked at the map and realized the best, most fertile farming lands, Naivasha, the Rift Valley, and Kisumu, were legally in the eastern province of Uganda. So early 1902, the process to transfer the eastern province of Uganda to the East African Protectorate, Kenya, was started, including Lakes Naivasha, Elementaita, Nakuru, and Baringo. Now here's the conundrum. The British couldn't get white settlers to farm in the drier parts of Kenya, and they couldn't tax the land if it stayed in Uganda. So they fixed the books. They executed a corporate merger of territories, and on April 1st, 1902, the border was shifted west, which meant a lot of people slept in Uganda and woke up the next day in Kenya. Millions of ancestors of the Kalenjin, Maasai, and Luya communities found their nationality flipped overnight. Now, because the railway cost overran in Kenya, the British, justifying what they did, their expenses and operating costs, introduced large-scale European settlement in a huge chunk of land that became a center of cash crop agriculture known as the White Highlands. That land from Uganda evolved into what we have today, primarily owned by Kenyans, and became a pillar of the country's modern economy. So, dear Ugandans, dear Kenyans, I guess now we know.